Diabetic, prediabetic, or insulin resistant. The root cause might be something very tiny, your mitochondria, and fixing your mitochondria will help you reverse diabetes, prediabetes, and insulin resistance. In this video, I'm going to show you how to boost your mitochondrial health so you can put your symptoms into remission. Let's do a little bio 101. What is mitochondria? Mitochondria are tiny structures found in every cell except the red blood cell. The red blood cell lack mitochondria, and these mitochondria are referred to as the powerhouses of your cells because it's the place where the food you eat get broken down to energy or get turned into form that the cells can utilize to function. For example, mitochondria is responsible for converting glucose from carbohydrate-rich meals to ATP, the kind of fuel that the cells can utilize to function. Without the mitochondria, your cells won't have the energy to carry out their biological function. For example, your brain will not have the energy to think, your eyes won't have the energy to see. So mitochondria is very essential in energy production. Aside energy production, mitochondria regulates cell metabolism, controls cell growth and death. Your cells are continuously growing and dying, and they die in a process known as apoptosis. That's programmed cell death. For example, your red blood cells are programmed to die after 3 months. Your skin cells are always shedding off and growing new cells. So mitochondria plays a huge role in cell growth and death. They also manage calcium signaling, create reactive oxygen species that are very key in immune defense and signaling. They are like the tiny control center that determines your cell's health and performance. When your mitochondria don't work properly, it's called mitochondrial dysfunction, and it could be due to any of these 4 reasons. Number 1, decreased mitochondrial number. When there is a reduction in the quantity of mitochondria, it limits your cell's capacity to produce ATP efficiently. And this can be caused by sedentary lifestyle because sitting a lot or moving less reduces the stimulus for mitochondrial biogenesis, that's the production of new mitochondria. The next thing that can cause a reduction in mitochondrial number is nutritional deficiencies like lack of B vitamins and coenzyme Q10. Aging comes with a natural decline in mitochondrial biogenesis. That's why we have a lot of people who has really come of age dealing with metabolic issues like diabetes and the rest of them. Chronic stress or inflammation affects mitochondrial number by inhibiting the production of more mitochondria through oxidative damage. The next thing that then regulates mitochondrial generation is metabolic disorders like insulin resistance or diabetes. You know, these things work hand in hand. Mitochondrial dysfunction causes insulin resistance. On the other hand, insulin resistance causes mitochondrial dysfunction. But if you're able to either improve your insulin sensitivity, you will end up improving your mitochondrial function. And if you're able to improve your mitochondrial function, you can as well reverse your insulin resistance and diabetes. If you have watched this far, that means you're really getting some value from this video. Please do well to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section, subscribe so YouTube can recommend this video to more people. So the next is impaired mitochondrial function. Even when mitochondria are present in adequate number, their functionality can be compromised. Like defect in electron transport chain complexes, that's the last phase of glucose metabolism. Electron transport chain is where massive production of ATP occurs. So if there is a defect in any of the electron transport chain complexes that helps in production of this massive ATP, then it's going to affect your mitochondrial function. This defect could be genetic or caused by damage from toxins or medications like statins and some antibiotics. It could as well be due to nutritional deficiencies like lack of cofactors like iron, coenzyme Q10, riboflavin, or lipoic acid. Low oxygen level can as well affect mitochondrial function because it affects oxidative phosphorylation. Environmental toxins like pesticides, toxins from metals can as well disrupt mitochondrial function. The third one is increased oxidative stress. Mitochondria naturally produce reactive oxygen species as a byproduct of energy production, but excessive production of this reactive oxygen species can damage the mitochondria. And the things that can cause this excessive production of reactive oxygen species could be overnutrition. When you overload yourself with food, it will cause the mitochondria to generate excess reactive oxygen species. Other things that can cause this are chronic stress, high fat and high carb diet. I overheard someone who said she has been on ketogenic diet for years complain of going down with diabetes. This is exactly why it happens. When you are on high fat meals, it can affect mitochondrial function and lead to insulin resistance and eventually diabetes. The next thing that affects this is poor antioxidant defense. If you're not eating food that are rich in antioxidants, it can reduce your antioxidant defense and increase oxidative stress and eventually damage your mitochondria. The other things that can cause this are damaged mitochondria and chronic inflammation. All these have a way of increasing reactive oxygen species, which end up damaging more mitochondria. Okay, the last thing that can cause your mitochondria to start malfunctioning is mitochondrial DNA mutation. There is mutation in mitochondrial DNA. It can affect the synthesis of some vital proteins that are essential for mitochondrial function, leading to mitochondrial dysfunction. This can be inherited or acquired due to aging, oxidative stress, radiation or toxins, and poor mitochondrial quality control. That's the body's inability to remove dead mitochondria. In mitochondrial dysfunction, your mitochondria can't efficiently use glucose or fatty acid for energy. In that case, cells get overloaded, insulin signaling weakens, and blood sugar rises. Dysfunctional mitochondria is the root cause of obesity, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver, cardiovascular disease, and metabolic syndrome. So let's dive right into how you can heal your mitochondria and reverse diabetes or insulin resistance. Number one, make more mitochondria. That's mitochondrial biogenesis. And how you can do this is by exercising. Mitochondria is more dense on the heart, followed by the liver, the brain, and the muscles. So concentrate on doing exercises that will impact these organs. And one exercise that does that is high intensity exercise. But don't rush in to do high intensity exercise if you have not been exercising before. Now start with moderate intensity exercise and then scale up to high intensity exercise if your body can deal with it. And before launching into high intensity exercise, be well guided by your healthcare provider, else stick with moderate intensity exercise. It will still help you build newer mitochondria. Moderate intensity exercise like brisk walking, cycling, swimming, jogging, dancing will help these organs produce newer mitochondria, and the more mitochondria you have, the more you are able to metabolize glucose, and of course it translates to improve insulin sensitivity. Number two, try short fast. Even staying away from food for 12 to 16 hours can still help your body to produce newer mitochondria, like opening your eating window by 9 and closing it by 7 p.m. or opening your eating window by 8 and closing it by 6 p.m. Fasting has a way of signaling your body to produce more mitochondria. The third thing that can help you produce more mitochondria is cold exposure. If your health permits, expose yourself to cold for some time. Like you can use your fan or AC for a short period of time, or you can take a cold shower. This helps your body to produce more mitochondria. Another thing you can do to boost your mitochondrial health is by helping your current mitochondria or the existing mitochondria to function better. by going for whole real food and proper nutrition. So instead of going for junk, you can eat boiled egg, okra, moi and the rest of them. So go for real food that will nourish your body the right way. Focus on feeding your body with food that contain key nutrients your body requires to function optimally, like magnesium found in ugu, pumpkin leaf, beans and unripe plantain. B vitamins found in eggs, fish and leafy greens. Omega-3 fats from foods like mackerel, sardines. Avoid inflammatory food. You already know that this inflammatory food causes overproduction of reactive oxygen species that end up damaging your mitochondria. So avoid food that contain high sugar like soft drink. Avoid food that are highly processed like spaghetti, meat pie, bread, white bread and the rest of them. Avoid deep fried food in reduced oil. They are super packed with inflammation activators. Another thing you can do to boost your mitochondrial health is to improve your mitochondrial flexibility. Healthy mitochondria are flexible. They can split, merge and adapt to your body's needs. So this is how you can help your mitochondria become more flexible. Sleep well. Sleep for at least 7 to 8 hours daily. Quality sleep helps repair your mitochondria. Another thing you can do to improve your mitochondrial flexibility is to reduce stress. You can reduce stress by doing deep breathing exercise, praying from your heart, journaling, taking a 10-minute quiet walk, listening to worship music, and even laughing more. So there you have it, the things you can do to boost your mitochondrial health. Exercise more, do intermittent fasting, and don't overeat. If you got value from this video, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends.